Hello, welcome again to another episode of my Immigrant Diary. My name is Precious.
And my name is Wale.
All right, great. Today we would complete the discussion with Wale on his immigrant journey. So today's direct session will be um, I think the last episode of I think a four-part series of
Yeah.
Wale's immigrant journey to America. Wale has told us amazing and interesting story, and I know a lot of you can't wait to hear the last part of it. So, Wale, do you remember where we left off the last time?
Yeah, I had arrived in Germany. And Germany is for me is I had one of the best experiences of as an immigrant, as someone who travels to other countries to work and live there. But and I also like got married in Germany. Um
Uh,
and Yeah, so
I,
I
I
had a
I
lot of
love
good things.
love, Wale. I told you about that. You know me. I love love. You know, maybe my I don't know, maybe my second life, I'll maybe be a, you know, how do you call them? Marriage counselor? Not marriage counselor, like relationship expert. You know, I would love to be a relationship expert. You know me, I love love. It's something that's deep in my heart. Like just love, so awesome.
Yeah. So I got married for my wife. She had like a course that she was studying before, she moved to Germany, and then we were trying to find like a course in Germany that would be approximate to what she was studying so that she can continue in a field of study. And unfortunately we couldn't find that. And so what we realized that like we had to move to the US for her to be able to complete our studies. So we basically she connected with the school, and they told her that she's welcome, and then to continue her studies at the school. And so once we started like looking at the options that we have, and we see that we didn't have an option in Germany, but we had an option in the US, we realized that we had to move to the US. So that was the reason why we decided to move. All the previous countries, all the previous places I've lived, it's for work. I've moved, I got a job there, I moved,
Yep.
I got a job there, I moved, I got a job there, I moved. But
Yes.
this time around, moving more or less for love. So,
You see what I said?
so
I love love. Love makes you do all kind of things, man. Honestly, it's
absolutely,
amazing.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So,
So we moved. The process took us, I think we started working on the process in of June or July, I'm not sure exactly when, basically in summer of 2021. She was able to move back earlier. So we already had a good plan in place that she was going to move back earlier. So we also try to make sure that she gets a job when she gets here. And so she moved ahead and started studying, of course, when she moved, and I joined her later in February of the next year. So yes, I was able to get here, arrive February, and it's been a very positive experience, generally speaking. Like Berlin, yeah, they say that before I moved here, a lot of people have told me I lived in Berlin in Germany, by the way. Before I moved there, a lot of people have told me like Berlin is similar to Seattle, where we live now. And I have to say yes, in a lot of ways it's very similar to
oh,
Seattle. And so
really?
yeah, so
Who would have
yeah.
thought? So
Yeah,
I mean, this is for anyone, everyone watching. If you have lived in Germany or in Seattle, please drop a comment. In reference to what Wally said. the similarities you think there is between Berlin and Seattle. Okay, and if you like to support this channel, please hit the like button, and also if you like to know when new content come up, please hit the subscribe button. It will also help with the algorithm for YouTube, and it will just be another way you have supported us as we continue to build on this brand, My Immigrant Diary. Okay,
Yes.
so Wale, so you said you moved, all of your experiences in moving were mostly for work. So you moved for work to Estonia, you moved for work to Latvia, you moved to work to Germany, but you moved for love to America. I like that. Sounds like a line in a movie. you know, and
Yeah.
but if I may ask, how long were you separated for? With in regard to the move.
Yeah, so she arrived in November of 2021, and I arrived in February of 2022. So 3 months, or almost 3 months.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, more or less 3 months.
okay, great.
But yeah, like it was
So that's
definitely an interesting time. Yeah.
yeah, but it's different. I think for most I think this was something we'll talk about in maybe another in the future content about the experiences of immigrating to the US from different part of the world, especially the delays that you know couples experience with immigrating to the US. We've seen a lot of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
People have been separated for years, endless ways. Even right now, as I speak, I'm in a active group of um, people around the world waiting to
Yeah.
be with their spouse in the US, and it can be really difficult, just to wait, endless
Yeah.
wait, with no time frame. But it's interesting to see that it took you only 3 months from in Germany, and I think in
No,
it,
from when she moved.
from when from when she moved, sorry,
Yeah.
let me say the
Yeah.
separation, because there are two parts of
Yeah.
this conversation, right? When we talk about
Yeah.
moving to be with your spouse, or people moving to immigrating to other countries around the world. I mean, I hope we'll um have a forum and have a discussion where we want to be able to get experiences of people across the world in terms of their
Yeah.
moving
Yeah.
and being separated from their spouse. I think that's a content for another day, where we'll talk about
Yeah.
the separation, how long it lasted, the hiccups and also the delays, especially for different
Yeah.
countries. But for the US, for the sake of this conversation, for the US, something that is two part. I noticed the wait and also the process,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes. Yeah. So we
so
can
can you can if I may ask, from your experience from Berlin to US, so the wait, the separation was for 3 months, but the process,
Mhm.
how long will you say the process to the paperwork and all that?
um uh so like the process really began from we started to calculate it from the day we started inquiring about how we are going to move, right?
Okay.
uh so that's in summer. So that's one part of the process. For the day we started making this inquiry, getting information, seeking advice, all
Input.
those kind
Okay.
of things. Then there is also the day that we sent in the application. So
Okay. So let's
once
take it from
we
the day you sent in the application to the date you move. Like how long is that? Just wanted to say two things. We've identified two.
that was, I think we sent in the application in September. And yeah, I think in September. Of course, there were some delays, but I think it was in September or October, one of the two. I'm not quite sure, but definitely in fall of 2021. That was when you sent
Okay.
in the application, and then yeah, and then moved like in February.
So it was about the same time. So it was about three months process and 3 months wait. All right, something like that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but it definitely could have been shorter.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
So there were challenges with the documents, like I had to get like more documents, for example, from Nigeria, and that took like another 2 weeks or so, or something like that. Then actually at least 2 weeks. It took more than
So
2 weeks
bottom
because
line, there were several delays. Okay. Um.
yeah. So
Okay.
the way the thing is that when you send in your application, they're going to process your documents for a few weeks. Once they process your document for a few weeks, they'll give you a date to come for the interview. If you have enough documents to come for the interview, and they'll so once you go for the interview, and if your documents is not complete, which was in my case, like they will tell you to go and get the documents, and then
Request
you
for
send in
visa.
your documents, and then they'll continue processing your application for another couple of weeks, and then when it's ready, they'll send it to you. And so that's what makes it accumulate like more than enough time. Like if we had all the documents that we needed, if we had everything in hand, it probably would have taken no more than 3 months from application to me moving.
Okay. To me, all right.
But like
All right.
again, but our situation is very special.
Very special. Okay.
So
So that's good to know. The reality of moving can be very challenging, right? Um,
yeah,
and the challenges
yeah,
faced can be in two parts, among other things. The major ones, the processing time, and the separation. If you have to be separated, right? So those
yeah,
are really, I
yeah.
mean, then every other thing, there are many other things I can think of right now, but like I said, but so Wale, thank you for sharing, your your immigrants journey with us, and also thank you for this diary session. Okay, so
No
what will
problem.
happen? I know that it's been an amazing 4-part series. It would have been exciting if you just told us, oh, I got on a plane and I landed in America and I got a stamp on my visa. Welcome to America. That would be great. That would have been great. But yeah, you've had to travel around the world to finally be in America. Who knows? You could be somewhere else because you're just a man around the world.
Yeah, who knows? Who
Who knows,
knows?
right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, so great. Um, okay. I think that's it for me. And I think that's been an amazing discussion on your story. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to share my story as well. My diary session will be coming up next on my immigrant, diary. Okay. So if you can check the video if it's not out yet. It will surely come out soon. Okay. Thank you all for all the support. We love you. We're grateful for those who watch our videos and who comment, and for those who like, those who share. We say thank you, and hey, from all of my heart, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. See you next time.